Pause the recording.
All right, you guys, this is your boy Mike Fallon with Citizen Cinema, about to do our first edition of Citizen Cinema Nation. This is my new, my new program, basically where I get more than one guest host, and we're going to talk about our thoughts. Right now, we literally just went to an advanced screening for Spider-Man Homecoming. That's what's right behind us. Yep. Now, I want everybody real quick to introduce themselves. I'm going to start from my right to my left.
Hey guys, I'm Vaughn. I am the film editor on Twitter. How's it going?
My name is Zadura, also known as Big Cat.
Of course, Mike Fallon, your host.
We got Juan Abdias at Juan_Aqualad.
Richard Nicholson.
All right, you guys, so this is just, like, right now, I feel giddy. It's like, now I know how women feel when they listen to The Weeknd, just a little bit.
Well, let me just prepare everybody. This room's already hot, so this is going to be an extra sweaty episode because everyone's going to be, like, geeking out here, man.
Girls like my music, you know.
Ah, shut your Republican self up.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, y'all, so we just saw Spider-Man for free. And it was, oh my God.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Thank you, Sony.
So this is our spoiler review, and it's just okay.
Yeah,
so,
if you haven't seen the movie, stop listening and come back because there's spoilers up.
Spoilers are coming, ladies and gentlemen. So I suggest you watch the movie. Then you can come back in time.
these are what I really want to talk about the most.
Okay.
Right.
We got Scorpion. We got confirmation that Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, is the Prowler, who is the uncle of Miles Morales, the most famous and only black Spider-Man we have right now.
That's a rest. Sure.
And man, it's just that we have Scorpion, which sort of is like our Easter egg now to the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like craziness.
Wait. And for those of you who do not know who the Sinister Six are,
We're gonna do a quick breakdown.
yeah. So main members.
Dr. Octavius.
Dr. Octavius. We got Scorpion, who we obviously were talking
The
about.
Vulture. Who's the main villain of this picture.
Yes.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Shocker. And Jamie Foxx's character from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Electro.
I blanked out for a second.
Yes.
The roster does switch up, like they'll switch out Mysterio or they'll switch out Sandman, stuff of that nature, you guys, and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, in all honesty, this movie was probably one of the funniest Marvel movies.
Surprising.
For me, I feel like the funniest ones, it has to be Ant-Man was like my initial funniest Marvel film.
Oh, yeah.
And then now Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming killed it with its hilarity. Like, Tom Holland did an amazing job with this stuff.
Quick transitional. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to continue recording in the theater, due to the LA Lives rules. It's all good.
No, not LA Lions, bro. It was the theater. They're like, oh, you can. I was like, really, dude?
Yeah. Not a big deal, you guys. It's cool.
Yeah.
They're not reviewer friendly, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the life.
Okay, so we're gonna be starting off again. Okay, so Scorpion, Miles Morales, Iron Suit, Iron Spider. My bad. Mary Jane. Okay, so it's just like we're tripping out.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, man.
And look, I should mention again, I know I said it before, this is going to be an extra sweaty episode, and if you guys haven't seen the movie, stop listening and, come back after you see it because there's going to be spoilers.
A lot of spoilers.
Yeah. A lot of spoilers.
A lot more spoilers.
So, how the movie starts.
Okay, so basically, you guys, since we're in spoiler territory, basically the first 4 minutes are online, and Michael Keaton loses his job to damage control, which are people who collect all the alien artifacts after fights, and it's just because the Vulture becomes the villain by not wanting to put up with that and wanting to make money off alien tech.
Right.
Yeah, because the Vulture, he was doing everything he could for his family, which is an understandable thing. I mean, a man doing this for his family, it's a beautiful thing, but at the same time, he was all like, yo, everyone's changing. It's time we change, boys, which is a great line from Michael Keaton. Like, oh my God.
It's
like,
only the way
incredible.
Michael Keaton can deliver in that voice.
Epic.
You know what I'm saying? And Toombs was a really great character. I mean, he wasn't this mustache twirling villain. You understood why he was doing what he was doing. He was trying to protect the little guys and also his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also feel sorry for him because you see that he put everything into his business, and they were just like, oh, too bad.
Yeah, they could have at least been like, hey, we'll pay. Yeah, we'll compensate you for everything you did. But then she was like, oh, sorry, not my problem. And the dude was like, oh, maybe you shouldn't. I'm like, damn, man.
So I'm glad he socked him out.
Yeah, that was great.
I got nothing right now.
You got nothing right now about that?
You already said everything.
Everything? Okay, so what were your thoughts when we got the reveal of Scorpion?
That was awesome. But I would want to say there are a couple of scenes in the movies where they kind of gave a little hint to the future movies, such as prototype for the new shield for Captain America. Yeah. That was cool. But then they mentioned something about Thor's...
Yeah, Thor's belt. Thor's belt. Yeah. So, what is that going to be like? Yeah.
So I thought Thor was going to get a new hammer.
We'll get into that when that movie comes out.
Yeah. Ragnarok.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
I'm sorry. I'd like to mention, and we've talked about this many times before the movie came out, how we were all praising it, but now I can finally say it. Peter's a kid. He's not a guy in his 30s pretending to be a kid.
Right.
He's a kid. This is a great casting as Tom Holland. He's a fantastic actor. And it's also about longevity. They're planning to do 3 movies, counting this one. It's all going to be in high school.
Yeah,
and the best stories in the comics took place in high school.
Yeah, and that's the thing with all the other movies really made the mistake. Like for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, they're looking at him like, oh, he got his powers his senior year. It's like, no, he got his powers literally going into like his sophomore year of high school, because he goes through his most craziest villains in high school, from Scorpion, from Vulture, the Lizard,
Shocker,
Lizard, Shocker, all these main villains. Like people are like, oh, Green Goblin. I'm like, yeah, Green Goblin. That's his main villain, of course. But like, there's so many other villains that Peter Parker had to deal with that people do not understand, which is great with what they're doing for this. That Tom Holland, he's a young guy. Like he's only like what is he, 20?
He's 20.
Yeah, he's 20. The 20-year-old, he's 20, so he looks crazy young, and he's going to be able to do so many different movies. Of course, his next appearance will be, of course, in Infinity War, which is a total
Infinity War.
Yeah.
But that's the great thing about the villains as well, is that these are all high school villains that he comes up against. Villains that he faces while he's in high school. Right. So when he grows older and they return to have vengeance on him, he's matured as they've matured. So the villains are different, just like he is different as time goes on. They're a lot stronger. He's a lot stronger. He's smarter. They're smarter. They catch up to him, and I think that's going to be exciting. There's a reason. Spoilers, obviously, they didn't kill off Toombs. There's a reason they kept him alive. We're going to see him come back with a vengeance with his team.
So, Rich, I just want to get your quick thoughts, bro. Like, how did you feel about Childish Gambino's reveal?
It blew my mind, because as soon as he said it, you're like, is he talking about Miles?
Miles Morales. And you might want to explain what Miles Morales is.
Who Miles Morales, that people do not know, is the Black Spider-Man. He is the Spider-Man that takes... Yeah, also Affleck, he is Puerto Rican and black, which is amazing. And like this kid his suit is like just a dark black suit with the red, with the red. It's amazing and it's incredible. So Childish Gambino's character is Aaron Davis, who is the uncle of Miles Morales. Right. But what's great about this, Childish Gambino's character looks like he's like mid-20s, so we're most likely going to see like a smaller, younger version of Miles Morales, just like how we apparently saw a younger version of Peter Parker in Iron Man 2.
That was so dope, and they confirmed that, and that's great. And now with that fan theory being confirmed, now you understand why he looks up to him. He saved him as a kid. Exactly. He's a fan of Iron Man, just like he's a fan of the Avengers right now. Yeah. Go back and watch that scene. It means a lot more now, and that's so fantastic.
I'm really surprised that they did not like kind of address that, but like, and the relationship between Tony Stark and Peter Parker, like you just see that Tony's trying to be that father figure, because as we all know, Peter Parker's parents died. But will that ever be talked about in these movies? We have no idea. Will the whole thing with Uncle Ben, the whole thing with Uncle Ben, like we don't know, and Hot Aunt May, like damn, who is Uncle Ben?
Okay, so just to make it super clear, I think all that is crazy, and I'm so glad that they did not harp on it. That was like one of the flaws to me from Batman vs Superman, because we had to see the death of Batman's parents again. We don't need to see that. And I'm so happy they didn't have to talk about Ben or anything else, but I'm glad they did hint at him getting bitten by a spider.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that was great.
They'd say, I don't want to put May through all the stuff she's already been through, so they give you a little taste that she's been grieving this whole time.
They didn't oversaturate.
Exactly. That's perfect.
I feel you, man. Until she found out.
Oh yeah, that ending scene is hilarious.
You want to explain how that goes down?
Yeah, it's just like towards the end, it's like he gets in his room when he gets the suit, and she takes off the hat, the mask, and then she comes in and says, "What the?" and they cut out the F word. But quickly, I just want to
close your doors, kids.
Close your doors.
That is rule number one. You're in high school. Close your freaking doors.
I just want to know, like, how did you feel when you saw the Iron Spider suit?
Oh my God.
Oh God!
Oh man!
Dude, just see.
This guy was screaming the whole time. You're like, ah!
just seeing
behind me.
Yeah,
man,
just seeing that Iron Man suit just open up, and you're just like, please God, let him just do one thing, one little thing. But then Peter Parker's like, I gotta be the adult in this situation. Be like, this is a test, right? And then he's like, yeah, sure. And then, dang it, they just hinted. It's like when you meet that really hot chick who's constantly feeling like she's flirting with you, but then she just like, you're such a good friend. Then you're just like,
Friend zone. Yeah.
and then you're just like, what just happened?
But it wasn't really a test though, because there was.
It was not a test. This was really like Tony Stark was like, yeah, he was basically saying, you are now part of you're Team Iron Man, of course, and you are an Avenger now, or an Avenger in training.
Yeah.
But Peter Parker's all like, he's all, you know what, thank you, but I'm gonna stay in Queens, do my thing. Then he walks away.
I think for me, I think that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
So that way they know where to get him for Infinity War.
But it also represents that he's still going through the lessons of responsibility.
Exactly.
He knows he's not ready yet.
Yeah. I mean,
he knows he still has a lot of stuff to overcome and to face until he's ready to use that suit. It's not like he can't use the suit.
Yeah.
It's who he has to fight in that suit where he's not ready.
Yeah, because the Iron Man suit is just an all around honor. Like, and he felt he was loving the suit. Then he's just like, you know what, the suit I already have is pretty badass. And in all honesty, that suit is freaking amazing. Like originally, you want to think that is the Iron Man suit, but it's not. As soon as
Spider suit,
like just wait, just when you see those doors open, you're literally just like, what this is happening. Yes, then you're like, son of a bitch.
Rich, bro, how did you feel about the protocols and when he was talking to Karen?
Yeah, it is funny the way he named the protocol, like babysitter and all that. You're like
Training wheel.
Yeah. He still takes him as a little kid. He's still trying to protect him. That's basically what those protocols were. He's like, you need time to grow.
Yeah, we saw.
Even because Robert Downey Jr. talks about in interviews how, in a way, without pushing too much emphasis on it, his dad wasn't really a father to him, so he feels like he has a responsibility to sort of make up for that. He's like, I didn't have that childhood of being protected. It's my turn to kind of give back, you know.
Exactly.
So Adura, like, what did you feel about the switch off with the Shocker?
I didn't really like it. They should have just kept it with the first guy. I don't even know who he was.
Me either.
Yeah, they should have just kept it with him. But then I did like the brother he took over, even though he did get caught at the end.
But did he though? Wait, did they explain that? Is he in the prison? Is he in the prison?
We don't know.
Remember he got webbed up.
They don't show us because we don't know if he's like, because like Peter Parker in the movie, he says when he gets webbed somebody 2 hours later, what happens 2 hours later? Do the police go get Shocker? Is he in that prison with Vulture and Scorpion? We don't freaking know.
He was never mentioned.
So we don't know. So
That's true.
Honesty, yeah. So it's all on honesty. This Shocker could be coming back.
Just to explain that.
So how do you guys feel about the Tinkerer, the one who was making all the weapons?
Oh yeah, where did he go?
Exactly. You're right.
And his character was very interesting. Like he wasn't like Managa. He was just a working guy. Like I'm gonna create really cool stuff. And
but you can kind of tell they're hinting towards the plot that eventually someone is gonna treat him like shit. And eventually he's gonna be the one to step up for himself.
Hey, what was his full name though?
I don't remember because they didn't really mention it.
He's gonna be like.
I'm sure it's on the cast list thing, but like, I do not remember what his name is. But yeah, we know it's the Tinker and everything. But this whole casting of this movie was very interesting, going like all diversity and like all these characters, like especially Flash Gordon's character, like that kid. I was just like, interesting.
Yeah.
And the thing that I liked about the Tinkerer, you could see from how he acts, he just wants to know how things work. And make it better, even with the phone.
Like he said, he's a curious. He's a curious guy. He's like, you know, I'm a curious person by heart. Like you know that. He literally says that to Vulture, and then Vulture's like, damn. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I feel like that was one of the best things, especially when they did the vacuum seal on the airplane. And it's just, but also I think the thing that helped out with the end fight, because at first I didn't think it was gonna be enough, but you know, we got some aerial fight, and then it went to the sand, which I felt the sand segment was like a little too short-lived. I wanted to see more of a fight there.
I mean, it was pretty gnarly. Like that was pretty dirty. Like Vulture was coming out. Like I thought he was about to like cut his.
Waiting for on the Blu-ray disc.
Oh yeah, I feel like that he almost cut his freaking out. Like he just kept going down and down. I was like, dang, like he trying to kill him.
There's something I should mention before we get into the heavier topics is that surprise cameo that everyone's gonna be happy for. The return of Pepper Potts, man. Like that was great. That was
she's cool, but I just at this point I'm happy that she's with Tony, but she's like non-essential because it's just like
sweet to finally see her return.
But what is she?
part of the team.
yeah, but I mean they haven't given her the chance to really contribute.
Yeah.
I mean, do they? I mean, I understand emotionally and like on a romantic level, yeah, but I mean overall, does she need to be there to help out the Avengers? No.
But I like the idea that she's still there, and then
That Tony has somebody to come home with. Yeah.
Exactly.
The point is, she keeps Tony grounded, just like Happy. They keep him grounded.
Yeah.
Because Tony will.
Because everything in this series of films is his fault.
Yeah.
He got Ultron. He creates the clean energy project that opens the portal into the space.
Right.
Everything in this is fault. Civil War is half his fault. Everything this motherfucker does is his fault.
Well, I mean, the energy thing that was Loki's fault.
But he funded it, so it is still sort of his fault.
No, because technically, because the professor, he was the one who was helping Loki steer. It's like, what do you need? Okay, we need all these different components.
The clean energy. He was already creating that clean energy. So I'm just saying that he's contributed to the faults that they've had to deal with.
Well, yeah, I can understand that. It's like, oh no, my clean energy project. I have to think of every single scenario. How did I know that it was going to open up a freaking portal?
I feel you. Yeah. All right, so like lastly, I just want to close on this. What was your thoughts when you got the reveal for MJ?
I wasn't really surprised. I pretty much knew she was gonna be MJ.
I didn't know she was MJ. Like, I heard like rumors like, is Zendaya gonna be playing Mary J. Watson? Like, I was very intrigued. I'm all like, I mean, Zendaya, like she's an up there starlet, so it's all like she must be playing somebody important. And I was like, everyone was like, I started reading things like, is she playing Mary Jane? And the fact that she was like, they were like, oh, we named her Captain. Hey guys, call me MJ. I was like, oh snap, MJ up in the building. And then when Peter Parker be walking away, she got like them little googly eyes.
Them little googly eyes.
Like she's like, yeah.
That's not even only it. She knows everything he does in school.
Yeah.
So that's just showing that she keeps her eyes on him.
Well, that's her tiger.
Yeah, she's like, he dropped out of that, he dropped out. You're like, wait.
I'm not stalking. I'm just very observant. That was hilarious.
Oh, speaking of, last little thing too, if you guys didn't know, the Asian principal, he is the grandson of a Howling Commando. Howling Commandos were the soldiers that supported Captain America in the original films.
Actor, yeah.
Same actor, but he's the grandson of his original character.
It is.
And,
The one last thing I should actually mention is the Accords. No one talked about that except a few of the teachers at the school.
Yeah.
And I heard a while ago when they were first developing the script, there was going to be a small little plot line where the government was basically because the Accords are still in motion. They're still in motion. There was a point in the original scripts that they were coming up with when the government was telling Tony, hey, how come you haven't turned this guy in? And the reason that he's able to hold him back is because he's underage. Yeah. And I think if they had mentioned that, I think that would have been cool, because you need to remind people that the world for the Avengers right now is still a very hostile, scary world. Yeah. People are after them. Cap is on the run. Tony's still after him. You can still see the bruise from where he got hit in the shield in the eye. They're not playing around. I love that all those consistencies are there.
I feel that even though that you're right about what they said, I think they're going to save that for Infinity War as the setup.
Or Ragnarok.
Well, I mean, with Thor Ragnarok, we're not really going to be on Earth that much. It's just a one-time thing.
It's most likely going to take place as Civil War is happening. Yeah. That's why you're going to see why Thor isn't there helping them. He's doing his own thing. He's sort of having his own civil war with his own kind and Hela's army on Asgard, which is going to be
well, I mean, not even just that. He's a slave because we're getting Planet Hulk.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. You guys, again, thank you for watching. Yeah. This is another episode of Citizen Cinema. These are my hosts. Again, everybody, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Man of a Few Words.
And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook as Juan_Aqualad, because as you guys have known from the last episode, I'm currently campaigning to play Aqualad in the DC universe. So follow me on Instagram, follow my fan page, see my growth as to hopefully play this character with Jason Momoa.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Birdie2Jam. Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at I'm the Film Editor. Keep up to date with all the film stuff I do, all the IMAX stuff we got going on. Mike knows all about it. Yeah, we'll hit you guys up soon.
So again, this is Mike Fallon, your friend of the neighborhood Crumper from La La Land, and host of Citizen Cinema. Again, I'm here with my, like I said, my professional dance friend Adura, professional stuntman actor here Juan, my new review critic partner Richard, and my other review editor friend, partnership right here with Vaughn, up and coming film editor. So yeah, you guys, a little bit of what they do, and again, check their stuff out. It's really worth it, and catch you guys next next time.
Wait, hold up though. Let's back it up real quick.
Uh-oh.
This way.
Get him.
And we'll see you next episode. Hey!